Hey guys, Martin King, ProcessChillerAcademy.com. Hey, I have had this question posed to me a couple of times by technicians out there on how to check the pumping performance of a little centrifugal pump on a little process chiller. So one test that is tried and true is what I call a run-out test. So this is the scenario would be that you've got a brewery, MRI, whatever it is you're cooling with the chiller, and the complaint is you're not getting enough pressure and or flow to your process, all right? So a run-out test will give you a pretty quick answer on, is the pump capable of delivering the flow and pressure that it's designed to give the customer. So you'll need two things to do this. One is you will need a pressure gauge. I always recommend, just carry like a 0 to 100 pressure gauge. Have a couple bushings in some different sizes so you can screw it into any pump head. And the other thing that you'll need to have is the pump curve. Now, nowadays, with these magic computers you have hooked on your belt, you can usually put in the pump's model number and you can download the pump curve sheet from the manufacturer. And the main piece of information you want off that pump curve sheet is you want to know what the feet of head is at no flow, right? So what the curve does, just to refresh, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, but you'll see that as the flow increases through the pump head, its pressure or feet of head measurement will go down. So the less flow, you have more pressure capability, right? All right. So if you look at the pump curve on the far left, that'd be zero flow. And you want to follow that up to where the pump curve intersects with that zero flow line. That'll give you whatever the feet of head it'll do. And you want to take that feet of head divided by 2.31, and that will give you your PSI pressure. So that's what the PSI pressure that pump is designed to put out at zero flow, all right? So what you want to do on the head of your pump, you'll typically have a fill port and a drain port. So what you want to do is, whichever one's most convenient, usually it's going to be the fill port that's on the top. You just want to obviously shut your system down. You want to isolate the pump if you can so you don't get a bath. You want to pull the plug out, screw in your pressure gauge. Typically you don't have to make it a real pro install. You can just screw it in there even if it drips a little bit. It's just temporary. And you want to find a valve that's on the discharge. So you've got your discharge line that usually comes off the top of the pump. The suction usually comes in the center of the head. The output comes off the top. So you want to have your output, and then somewhere on that discharge or output line off your centrifugal pump, you want to have a valve there somewhere. It doesn't have to be inside the chiller. It can be outside, wherever. You have to be able to shut off flow. All right. So you shut the flow off, turn your pump on, and assuming you've got fluid in your pump, you've got there's no air in there, you'll see your pressure gauge jump, and it's going to give you your net discharge pressure at no flow, right? So that pressure that you read on your gauge should match your calculated pressure at zero flow on your pump curve. So that's what we call a run-out test. That is probably the best way to do that. Now, if you have a pump that has a VFD drive on it, it gets a little more complicated. You do everything I just explained, but what you want to do is you want to make sure that your pump is running at 60 hertz. So that'll be your desired spin rate on your impeller. It'll really screw you up because if you have a VFD on there and you're running at 40 hertz, well, you basically, when you do that, you throw your pump curve out the window, right? So you have to be, in order to do a proper run-out test, you have to be at full flow. So if you got to drive on there, you'll have to put it in manual, spin it up to 60 hertz, and you should get your run out PSI. Okay? So hopefully that's helpful to you. If you've got a run out test that's successful, you do not have a problem with your pump. Usually what it is the customer's made some type of a change downstream. If you've got a system that's not giving you enough pressure, in other words, the gauge pressure the customer needs has gone down, that's typically because they've jacked the flow rate up, right? So if they jack the flow rate up, remember your pump curve, your pump at a higher flow rate has less pressure capability, right? That's usually what happens. So anyway, man, I hope that helps you. And if you have any questions about process chillers, connect up with me on LinkedIn. Go to processchilleracademy.com, and we've got a lot of educational stuff on there. Please send me messages and let me know if this type of stuff is helpful to you, and if you want me to do more stuff. If you've got any process chiller type stuff that's have baffled you, I've been doing this for a really long time. I want to help you. All right, guys, take care, man. Bye. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. I'd like to take a minute to show you the processchilleracademy.com Career Success Pyramid. The video that you just saw actually is part of the Career Success Pyramid. We call this the Technical Excellence section I'm showing here. So as you can see, there's 4 elements to the Career Success Pyramid. I would like to share with you a free 5-day mini course that you can access that will give you more details on each one of the Success Pyramid elements. All you have to do is go to processchilleracademy.com. You'll see right here there's a resource section. There's a couple of drop downs. One's for HVAC business owners, one's for technicians. You want to scroll down the page a little bit and you'll see a place to enter in your name and your email. Now what we're going to do is, over the course of a few days, we're going to be sending you emails that contain videos that provide more information on each one of the elements that we hope you can apply to your career. We found that people that actually apply the elements that we're providing information on actually accelerate their career and make their way to millionaires faster than most. So we hope it's very, very helpful to you. And keep in mind, at any time, if you'd like to unsubscribe, just go to the bottom of any one of our emails, hit unsubscribe, and you're out. No BS, no hassle. Lastly, I'd like to share with you, if you're watching this video on YouTube or on LinkedIn, make sure you hit like, and please, please provide comments. So if you see something covered in any one of our videos, provide us with comments if there's things you have problems with, things that you're not quite understanding, questions, concerns, more things you'd like us to cover. That's the way we pick on what we're going to be covering, is by your feedback. Anyway, thanks much. Let's keep the conversation going, and I'm really excited about you making the decision to check out our content. Have a great day.